Hey everyone, showtime, Sunday, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, down here in South Florida where we are, 2 o'clock Central Time in Nashville where we aren't. And it's Sunday, December 13th, and we've managed to stay in South Florida yet another week. In fact, I have managed to figure out how to work here, and we'll be announcing some things soon about performing here again shortly, and building a little event here that's going to be an annual thing. We're on an island called Stock Island, and it's right next door to Key West. And we are sort of barricaded here at this hotel. And if you look out the window, we see the water, and it's a marina, so we see boats. It's not cold, and palm trees, and if we can work here, we want to. So I'm figuring out ways to work here, and high five, it's working. Welcome to everyone, and I'm so happy you're on the stream. It's good to see all the names and faces, and Burr from Phoenix. Oh my goodness. Baranof Island, Alaska. I bet that's chilly. Victoria, BC. It's probably a little cold over there in Western Canada too. Hello from Italy. Oh, it's good to have all of you on the feed. Today's guest is Scott Nolan, and he lives in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And it's about time I brought a Canadian onto this show. And I am friends with and a huge fan of so many Canadian songwriters. But it's fitting that we start with Scott because of a lot of reasons. So I'm excited if you're from Scott's pages that you're joining us. He'll be on the screen shortly with some music. The English Lake District in the west corner of England. I've been there. I have been there to the treehouse where the great poets wrote. Stayed a week in the Lakes District writing. It's a surprise place in England, actually. It's where Wordsworth wrote. Florence Nightingale lived out there. Beatrice Potter worked out there. It's an interesting spot. I found this about maybe 20 years ago. I like to go where writers write and painters paint. And I like to plant myself there because something about it is like plugging in to an electrical socket that helps me to be creative.
Agree. I totally
What do you
agree.
think that is? Why would that be? I mean, the Lakes District in England is definitely one of those places where I can feel myself coming up with ideas, wanting to write, much like this place down here, or Provincetown, Massachusetts, or Taos, New Mexico, or there's so many places like
I think
this.
it's connected to nature. I mean, for me, like Taos, Terlingua, here, there's like things about the sky, like the color in the sky, and
the
just the air
colors.
feels different.
The colors,
in all of those places
yeah.
where I feel like painters paint.
Painters paint, writers write, poets write.
Yeah.
Potters
Water. There's
make-
for me. I know there's something about either water or desert, and I think it has to do with the air and the sky.
Colors, yeah. Yeah, so I like to be where writers write. We did go to the Tennessee Williams. It's called a museum, but really it's a collection of his works and a sort of an expose of his career. He lived down here for 38 years or so, and we got to see some of his work and paintings he painted as well. I'm a massive Tennessee Williams fan, so it was a private tour, just the curator and Jaimee and I, all in our masks. Oh, and his little dog.
A little dog Jack.
Little dog Jack came in a
5
purse.
months old. Yeah.
A merce. Anyway, it's that kind of trip, and we're going to be working down here apparently for a while, so we're grateful.
And
We're grateful.
we saw that fantastic film about Truman Capote's friendship with Tennessee Williams. It was so cool because they did back and forth correspondence, like letters they'd written to each other. And then they were both on, I wish I could remember the name of the television show.
A British television show.
British television show. And they showed their interviews kind of throughout the film and how different.
Yeah, they loved
were.
each other and they fought like family.
Yes, it was so cool.
Yeah, and they were absolutely artistically competitive.
Oh yeah.
And that inspired each other, and also probably inspired many a cat fight. And the fangirl in me loves all this stuff because I'm a huge fan of both of the writers. Anyway, this is our 39th show. I never, ever, in a million years ever, would have expected these to keep going the way they have. But I feel like this is a reprieve, a respite, a place for us to land on Sundays, and we're so glad that some of you feel that way too. So happy Sunday to all of you, and we're going to go ahead and kick it off. Scott Nolan will be up shortly. I thought I would just go ahead and start with this song. We haven't played it in a couple of weeks, and it goes like this. I got me an apartment on the east side, 1411 13th Street. I walk on the tracks by the Cumberland River, over the bridge, past Lover's Leap, and I'm moving on through the pain, through the pain, waiting on another train, another train. Tore a hole in the pocket of the jacket you bought me in that thrift store in Camden Town. Behind the station, you wrapped your arms around me, you built me up, you tore me down. Moving on through the pain, through the pain, waiting on another train, another train. December sunset, I see my bread disappear in the cold winter night. Bums gathering driftwood by the river, whistle blows a lonesome cry. train, another train. Moving on through the pain, on through the pain, waiting on another train, another train. We'll get to this, we will. Moving on through the pain, through the pain, waiting on another train, another train. I see another train. Nice, Jaimee.
Thank you. I'm just gonna grab my pick that I dropped.
Did the pick fly down? Is that what it was?
It flew off at the very beginning of the song, and it made me wish that I was one of those famous people that had those awesome...
The rack of
the
picks
racks,
there.
exactly,
Yeah.
where they can just be so cool. And...
I will get you one of those. There's your Christmas present.
Yay.
Famous person pick rack.
Great. I want all my picks to say Emmylou Harris on them.
Okay, and all your picks will say Emmylou Harris.
And I'll throw them out in the audience, and people will be like, what is this?
What's happening?
This is a lie.
Your pick flew and my headphone went over my ear. And so then I couldn't hear myself sing so good. And so then it all got interesting. That's why I brought it down for the a cappella version.
Oh.
Just to prove to myself that I don't suck as bad as the voice in my head was telling me I suck. Speaking of, every so often I've been doing this thing called Mary's Mercy Missives. Basically, I've developed a little sort of blog thing on the website, and I'm asking y'all to send me a question via the little form on the website, just a simple question, and I'm answering it. I'm using it, honestly, as a writing prompt. Your questions help me to write more in long form as I start walking more and more down the road of becoming an author. So the questions serve as writing prompts. And I fired off a missive this morning. If you haven't got it, it's up on my website if you want to read it. But it's about the internal critic. And I wrote a short essay, I guess around 1,000 words, about the critic that lives in the creative person's mind that's always trying to destroy us. It's an annihilation beast that wants to shut us down. And so I kind of did an exploration of that. And so if you're interested in hearing any of that or reading any of that, please jump in and send me some questions. I need more prompts. What's that?
You just said something that made me think an idea. I like your idea of if you want to hear it, what if you recorded them also?
You mean...
like an audio version of reading in the missives.
Oh, it's a great idea.
Let us know in the comments if you'd like that. It might be a cool idea, right?
I'm happy to read it. I should practice anyway. I've
That
got
would
to
be
do the
cool,
audio
right? Since
version
you
of
gotta do your- right?
my book. Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
yeah. I've read a short story once, audio version of a short story I wrote. It took 12 hours. 12 hours in the sound booth trying to read a short story of 16 pages. Mm-mm. I mean, you think you know how to say words until the tape is rolling and you're in an audio booth.
I know.
It's
So
like,
for a short period of time, I was the voice of Sonny's Plumbing in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of Sonny's Plumbing in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Yeah, Sonny. It was like, It's been a long time. Sonny, you're the plumber for me, set me free. And then it was so annoying.
Set me free.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
the
like
plumber,
Sonny
because
song,
the clock.
like Sonny, yeah, exactly. So,
Oh.
but it was like a kind of like a parody of that song. So what they did was they like flooded the airwaves, like the radio, I guess, with my voice, and people were like, "Stop playing this." They were so annoyed. Then the follow-up commercials were like, "Sonny, you're the plumber for me," and it's like, "Stop playing this song." So I had to like go back to do these like, "Hi, it's me from Sonny's Plumbing." Like, I don't have to sing to you anymore, and then I would say something about Sonny's Plumbing, so I had to go in and be like a voice commercial person. It is so hard. I was like, please, I'm done being the voice of Sonny's Plumbing.
Yeah.
You can move on. I'm so bad at this. Please fire me.
I was real excited to be offered the opportunity to read my own book.
Hard. It's
And
so hard.
Then I read a short story, and after 12 hours of sweating it out, I'm like, oh my God, a whole book. Like, there's like 78,000 words in the book. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a real job. Maybe if we do it down here, it won't be so bad. Anyway, I'm going to play a song I wrote down here about 20 years ago. I actually am a regular on this island. And I used to come here when I lived in Boston. I lived in Boston for almost 15 years. And come winter, I would come down here to write songs. And one Christmas day, I was just walking and walking and walking, and I found myself crossing over a bridge on foot called the Cow Key Bridge. And there was a Christmas tree tied to the bridge rail with a piece of old rope. It looked like a sad little tree that didn't belong there. And I thought, wow, how did that end up there? And I looked over the bridge rail, and what I saw underneath the bridge was a community of people that clearly have lived under the bridge for a long time. And it led to a conversation. Oh, somebody brought a baby in the room next door with me and the guys under the bridge. And this song was born. And it's called Christmas in Paradise. We are honored every year when Bob Harris plays it on BBC Radio and announces that he loves this song. And we love you, Bob Harris. Whispering Bob, the legendary Whispering Bob, my friend and incredible music announcer. So here we go, Christmas in Paradise. Am I in the right key? Mm-hmm. All right. She gave me the look like you're not in the right key.
Sorry, that look wasn't for you.
Oh, it was for you?
It was for my capo, yeah.
Oh, it's for you.
Sorry.
Davy stole a Christmas tree from Kmart last night. Red ribbons, silver bells, angels dressed in white. He tied it to the bridge rail so passing cars could see. He did a little dance up there, looked down and smiled at me. My bed is a lawn chair, cushions keep it soft. I sleep in the open air under the Southern Cross, next to the golf course by the Hyatt Hotel. Davy, he's a friend of mine. We get along pretty well, man. It's Christmas in paradise under the Cow Key Bridge, where the warm breeze blows so nice, and the landlord forgives. Snowbirds on the golf course wear Bermuda shorts and polo shirts. Some play pretty good and some play so bad it hurts. We pick up the golf balls that fly over the fence, shine 'em up a little bit, sell 'em back for 50 makes sense. It's Christmas in paradise. Under the Calky Bridge, where the warm breeze blows so nice, the landlord forgives. I won't lie, we just get by, but we'll be eating good tonight. Christmas dinner's at 5 o'clock at the Church of Light. They don't care who you are, they don't ask what you done. Come on down, bring your friends, they got plenty for everyone. Man, it's Christmas in paradise. Under the Calky Bridge, where the warm breeze blows so nice, and the landlord forgives. The radio plays Christmas songs as we get high. Davy shouts, "Merry Christmas, y'all," at the cars passing by. Davy shouts, "Merry Christmas, y'all," at the cars passing by. We've been driving over that bridge every day, going onto the island, and I noticed there's Kmart shopping carts right next to the mangroves. The folks are still under that bridge. We should say hi. We should go up and wave. There's no tree on the bridge this year, but we're not there yet either.
I want to do that bridge run too, separate.
Oh,
from
they
Christmas,
do a
but-
thing called the Calky Bridge Run here in Key West.
which is to make fun of, sort of.
There's a big, huge, giant run
on the
from
7 Mile Bridge. Is that right?
across the Mile Bridge, where actual athletes actually run, and the locals do a bit of a joke run across the Calky Bridge,
Which is like how many feet? I mean,
like 40 feet.
yeah, there's like a water station in the middle. Like,
And they wear tutus and
Yeah, it's like-
antler ears.
I
and-
want to do that.
Yeah, it's this place. What do they call it? They call it a sunny place for shady people. I think that's why we like it so much.
Mm-hmm.
But the Calky Bridge Run is one run I probably could do.
Same. Yeah.
We're gonna play one more and then bring Scott Nolan into the screen. I met Scott probably 7, maybe 8 years ago. Probably 8 years ago, I think, something like that. I saw him play at a festival in Western Canada, Islands Folk Festival, over off of I forget the name of the. He'll tell me. But I loved his work, and he was with Joanna, the drummer, and we started talking, and one thing led to another, and my life exploded, and I ended up in a van with them, and we tooled around Canada and the United States for quite a while, playing shows, and they backed me up, and I think they might have opened the show. I can't remember how it went down, but somewhere along the way on that tour, I was just really going through a bad breakup, and we ended up in a place called the Downtowner Motel in Saratoga Springs, New York. It's a town that's known for racehorses and racing, but there's also mineral springs in Saratoga Springs. and President Roosevelt used to go there to soothe his aching limbs. Why is that funny?
I'm not laughing. It just made me think of it. It's the Calvin Coolidge Hotel. Remember, I was trying to remember 3 weeks ago, hotel in Vermont, and then when sorry, I couldn't remember it till. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have asked me why I was. The Vermont hotel where Calvin Coolidge never stayed, and the woman screamed it out of the show.
That's right.
Calvin Coolidge. You asked me. I'm sorry. Please continue.
Now I don't know the damn story.
Roosevelt used to go there. The Roosevelt baths. I'm really sorry.
I'm telling a really good story, and you go into a completely different channel.
I was just laughing because it took me 3 weeks to remember which president that was, and for some reason when you said Roosevelt, I went Calvin Coolidge.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's like to live with someone who has ADD.
Yeah.
A bicycle! There was a story, but there is no longer a story. But we know something about a Calvin Coolidge hotel, although we don't know exactly what.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Oh, God. Anyway, I wrote this with Scott. At the downtown, near the Roosevelt baths, 48.50 if you pay in cash. Spanish television up through the floor. Desk clerk don't look up when I walk by anymore. Blizzard outside, blizzard in her heart. Lonesome travelers, cheap motel bar. Snow is falling on snow that fell on snow. I said, hold on, don't let go. Trying to catch my breath, she moves so fast. Rumble strips, red lights, broken glass, twisted steel sirens, head full of dreams, heart full of hurt. Friends say warm, it's more trouble than it's worth. hitting's low. It ain't the lead, it's the way you go. Trying to catch my breath, she moves so fast. Rumble strips, red lights, broken glass, twisted steel sirens, trouble and love, trouble, trouble and all is well. It's okay.
Thank you. I
It's all-
felt I can't believe it took me 3 weeks. I don't know why it unlocked in that moment.
It's Calvin Coolidge.
Calvin
We were
Coolidge.
playing a gig in Vermont.
Vermont,
And we
yes.
stayed at a railroad hotel, me and Jaimee. I think McKaylee was there. No, was McKaylee? I don't remember. We'll ask him when he comes on. We had a railroad motel in Vermont. It was called Calvin Coolidge Inn, and it was a rundown, but it was cool. It was a haunted
really cool.
old railroad motel. And they gave you the real key, you know, that kind of place that's in a slot behind the desk with the desk clerk looking a little high. And the place we played was next door.
Great breakfast next door.
It was great breakfast, and we got on stage and started talking. And I can talk too much too. That's just the truth. And we started talking about the Calvin Coolidge Hotel, and an audience member shouted, "He never even stayed there. It's a lie." So the Calvin Coolidge Hotel that claims the name of Calvin Coolidge and the story of Calvin Coolidge never actually housed Calvin Coolidge, and the woman in the audience had waited probably her entire life to make this very important point to her. And that's what Jaimee was laughing about in the middle of
because
President Roosevelt having polio.
I know. I was like, this is the worst time ever to laugh. Like, oh my God, I can't believe. But I know. That's what I was like, oh my gosh, this is bad on so many levels of bad, and I just can't stop. Oh my God.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. We're just playing music, you know. Let's bring Scott in from Winnipeg,
Thank God.
Manitoba.
Okay.
Saved by Scott Nolan. Hey, man.
Oh man, that was great. You guys, you play the rocked out version of "Trouble in Love." Huh?
When she sings with me, I want to rock because she's a rock
yeah.
singer.
So good. Great guitar playing, Jaimee.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
you know, she's learned how to play lead in the pandemic. She never played lead before, so it's incredible how quick her fingers are starting to fly.
Oh, you came up with two of my favorites in a row.
Oh, wow. I remember writing that with you in the van while we were traveling. Isn't that right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I remember about the Roosevelt Baths is we went there for your birthday, and I sunk into my tub, and my phone beeped, and I thought, oh my God, I didn't turn my phone off, and I got out and dripped water across these like granite floors, and I grabbed my phone, and it was you going, man, are you ready to go? I'm done. I'm sitting in this tub.
It's too hot in here.
Let's get out of here.
Those baths are from the I think from the 50s.
Oh, yeah.
Or 40s. I don't know the exact era, but those are the original iron baths, and you sink in. They're really huge tubs, and it's hot mineral water from underground.
That experience is imprinted on my brain. Of all the incredible adventures I shared with you, Cafe Lena, that little venue, you know, like the Richard Pryor, Bob Dylan. Oh my God, that was one of the stops along the way with you where I was just, that was what an experience. You know, walking in a tiny room and seeing like what looked like 1,000,000 people in this tiny little shoebox, you know.
The
That,
most people that could fit in place at the time was 60.
that was an amazing
And they
thing.
had pictures of Rufus Wainwright there singing with his mom, and he couldn't have been more than 5 years old.
Yeah, what a history.
Little
That
baby Rufus, yeah, yeah. What a historical landmark. They changed it. They expanded it, and turned it into a cafe. I hope it can make it through the pandemic. It's hard for small venues right now.
boy.
Real tough. I can't wait for them to be able to open again safely. And it's like when we emerge from this, we have to look around like, I don't know, like Slaughterhouse-Five and see what survived in our world, in music world. We just don't know what's going to make it.
That's for sure. I mean, to be
Yes.
honest, it was like that before too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
Aside from
true.
the venues, aside from the venues and that struggle, but for the rest of us, you know, I remember when I arrived, people would say when I got to a certain place, people would say, "You're late for the party, Nolan. There's no money left."
Oh yeah.
But I don't. Who cares? You know. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. In our world, it's always been over, and in
It's like,
our world, it's always was better before we got there. They were the good old. As soon as you show up, people are reminiscing about the good old days and how it was so much better then. I
we're
think it's
always
like,
better when we're hustling too.
yeah, yeah. It's
Always
being a
better.
musician is like childbirth. You forget the pain, I think, and you just keep going and going. It was always hard. It's never been easy, and it continues to not be hard. And it's worth every single amount of energy you put into it. It's the best job in the world, being a creative person. It's
How great is this?
yeah, this is cool, man. I'm so happy to see you. You guys were really important in getting me back into the land of the living on those tours that we did. I was not in a good shape, and y'all really helped me across that bridge, man. It was something. It was an important time for me, and I'm grateful for
We had
you.
some magic moments, you know, a lot more than our fair share. Somebody commented about seeing us in Little Rock.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I remember that cool
And I said,
place.
you know, I was nervous because I knew the owners and I loved the place, but I was nervous thinking at the last minute as we were driving in, I thought, oh, geez, is Mary going to like playing this little kind of honky, it's this honky tonk, really? And that, I remember you saying that was one of your favorite gigs ever. Like that was one of those off the hook kind of,
Oh man, yeah, it's like quail eggs at the bar and pickled pig skin and drinking out of mason jars and 186-ounce beers and dirt on the floor and chickens. It was
Coach Draper was in the next day, you know.
it's like uh-oh, what is it? And then it just people were so nice and it ended up being really a cool memory and a great gig. You just never know. Those kind of gigs can go either way.
The Whitewater Tavern, it's one of those, it's just a special.
Oh.
It's like our times change in Winnipeg. It's that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's an anomaly that it exists where it does.
So much heart.
Yeah, well, it's everything, right? That's everything.
Yeah, you feel the love in there. It's hard. It's hard. It could go, that people are armed and they want to kill the big homosexual that just walked in their bar. But it didn't happen that way. I was embraced and
Yeah,
it was community, and as long as you're nice, they're nice, and everything worked out real good. And
yeah,
it was
very forward thing, very cool little scene there. That's again, that's what stands out. It's like it's right by the tracks. Everything in your mind when you see it's like, oh shit. But when you get in there, you go, oh my god, this is it. This is our people, you know. And so that's what made it so special is they fought. They fought as hard as anybody to have that little corner by
I
the track.
know.
And
Hey,
that's
look
why, and the performers that play there regularly, the Hill Country Blues guys, Whitewater Tavern really helped to kind of build that scene and that movement. You know, these guys were, living in the woods and forgotten about these blues guys. And so, yeah, there's a real history there, and it's like a bare wire, that place, you know?
yeah, it's the kind of place you want to buy art in.
Yeah.
Yep, you got any local artists and folk art, man? That's where you can get some really good stuff, and you just feel the present. I mean, it looks like a dive bar, but it's really church.
Yep. They look similar, don't they? A good one. Yeah.
Oh man, play us some songs, would you?
All right. I'm going to do this little setting here real quick so I don't forget to do it. My friend Barb Reimer happens to be watching. It's her birthday today. I'd like to wish Barb a happy birthday. She's a big champion of Winnipeg artists and musicians. And I tried to pick out some lighthearted songs, and I haven't written a lot during the last few months, but I did write a song while I was waiting, while we were all waiting, you know, kind of cheering on John Prine and hoping that he was going to make it. And I remember trying to imagine a world without him, and how in the songwriting realm, what I always loved about him was how kind of gentle and generous he was. And anyway, he had this love of Christmas that I've heard about over the years, and how he used to buy trees and deliver them to his friends' houses, and he reputedly kept a tree up all year round. I just, you know, he just seemed like such a sweet guy, and just kind of with days before he passed, I started thinking of this idea that maybe if he made it, we could have Christmas in July for him, and it led to this little tribute I wrote for him. Everything is different now, that's becoming clear. We can have Christmas in July this year. Everything feels funny and upside down. These old blues have a brand new sound. It's the distance between now and then. Here's to them good times coming back again. Maybe I'll just stay inside, take this as a sign that I'm not ready for living in a world without John Prine. 'Cause everything is different now, that's becoming clear. We can have Christmas in July this year. I'm keeping social distances, staying between the lines. Still I miss them guitar picking friends of mine. Don't forget my number, in spite of stormy weather. And maybe it's time we get the old band back together. Staying isolated, I'm taking it one day at a time. The neighbors singing together from the balconies at night. 'Cause everything is different now, that's becoming clear. We can have Christmas in July this year. We can have Christmas in July this year. We can have Christmas in July this year. I wonder if you can hear, I have Bijou, the pug, sitting beside me here. You might hear her snoring a little bit. I hadn't played this song in a while from my Silver Hill record, a song called Easter at the Waffle House. I figure we could, it's a holiday special with between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so I'd keep it to a holiday theme. My friend William Prince sang this song, and I don't think I'd ever appreciated it quite this much as a song until I heard him sing it. And then I thought, boy, that's a pretty good little song. And so I thought maybe I would try and sing that. He grew up west Soldier River, 40 years and he can't forgive her. He only ever called one place home. He talk all day with no one listening. What folks round here call an honest Christian, kind of man you feel blessed to know. Dependable as July rain, he never missed a baseball game. He had no children of his own, you see. Collect the change from grandma's houndstooth couches. Easter down at the Waffle House. Certain meals a man can't eat alone. Now as hard times sweep across the countryside, where the working man needs a new song. It's for the kids, I ain't in it for the money. Just something we could all sing along to. He loves dogs and he likes horses, and he spent a little time in the armed forces. Not a lot of options for a young man, you see. Gentle as a dove, quiet as a mouse. It's Easter down at the Waffle House. They always make you feel like family. And now as hard times sweep across the countryside, where the working man, he needs a new song. It's for the kids, I ain't in it for the money. Just something we could all sing along to. Just something we could all.
Oh man, so good to hear you again.
There, I had to change the setting back.
There you go.
Sound okay?
Sounds
Yeah.
great.
Oh, terrific.
Sounds great.
You know, I was thinking about Christmas in Paradise. I visited a handful of prisons here in Canada. Most recently, Stony Mountain Penitentiary here in Manitoba, and Canada abolished solitary confinement. They suddenly didn't know what to do with programming and time, and a guard I know at the prison, where that knew me through music, asked if I would come in, and so I sang that song. I sat down and learned it. I planned it. I thought it's gonna be a really good song because it was near the holidays, and I'll never forget this young guy saying, "Man, that's a sad song." You know, yeah, it's a beauty. That's one of my very favorites.
It's a heart opener. Flush out the walls, and
I probably delivered it, you know, drenched in sadness.
Drenched in
I bummed them out, I think.
Oh my God, it's a honor that you would play that song in that environment. I mean, you could play any song. That means the world to me, my friend.
You need good songs in those moments.
You do.
You got to go in with your best, you know, your best. And that was, yeah, it's a special one.
I'm looking at the comments. People know your records. They know what songs are coming from. They are so happy to see you. And
oh, that's nice. I can't see any comments.
they're happy. They're happy to see you, my friend.
Oh,
That's good.
I'm
That's
happy.
good.
I'm happy to see you guys. Wow, what a sight before eyes. I've been pretty isolated now for weeks. I actually had a little COVID scare and was tested twice, just because I'm, you know, anxious about that kind of stuff. And so, but yeah, I haven't seen anybody really. I got me and Bijou the pug here, and so this is a special thing for me.
Us too. We refresh and renew the connection to.
Oh yeah.
To just I guess it's a refresh button on friendships that mean the world to me, and you are definitely in my heart forever.
Oh, likewise. Tremendous love for you. We shared some incredible experiences. I mean, I wouldn't know where to begin, but like friendship. I stayed in touch with, you know, Robert Wisdom and Mickey Raphael. Like I remember he said, "Hey, I ran into Mickey Raphael at Whole Foods. He's going to join us at the Blooper time." I'm like, "What are you? Oh my God!" You know, that was a spectacularly. That show was just really out of this world. One of those top 5 moments. And in fact, when I met Robert Wisdom, the first time we communicated after, I was such a fan of him as his acting. He wrote me a note online and said, watching that performance, the musical camaraderie and conversation was like akin to standing on a mountaintop, peak of the mountaintop. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness. But it was true. Like Mickey never played with us, and it was, just spectacular.
Cool. You're talking about the night Bob Wisdom came to the show at the Bluebird and Mickey hopped in on harmonica with us.
Yeah, I played the whole show with us.
Oh, he played the whole show. Well, if you got Mickey willing to play, Mickey is Willie Nelson's harmonica player. It's a sound you know immediately as soon as he blows into the harmonica. It's a signature sound. That's right. We ran into him at the Whole Foods or something. I said, "Hey, man, you can come jump on stage," and he likes playing, and he came and played with us, and that was a great night, man. That was a great night.
Yeah, and that was just one of like 100.
I know there was so much going on in that little time period. It was an incredible time period. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you in the green room, and I'm going to bring us to Italy for a quick chat and a little bit of music from the maestro, who's outside of Venice right now still.
Right.
And we'll bring you back in for another couple of songs shortly.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Ciao, Michele.
Ciao, Mary. Ciao, Jaimee. How are you? So great to see you there in Key West. I am still outside of Venezia, as you told, of Venice, as you told. And here is a beautiful place in some way to spend this pandemic. Because, as you know, Venezia is my favorite city, maybe in the world. So I managed to live around here finally, and I was yesterday, on Friday, at the University of Venezia. Is the one of the few places that some of it is still open, and I could go there and play and talk at the radio at the university. That was something, a sign of life. So I'm really happy for that. Yes. So it was really unbelievable to be again in a radio in front of a microphone. And I said, okay, I'm still alive, so I can do something. So I enjoy it a lot to be there. So I can't wait to restart the operations with you and Jaimee and all my friends. I really can't wait. Before this beautiful conversation with Scott Nolan, we had a little conversation before, and we were talking, Mary, as you remember, about the reaction to the pandemic that are always extreme. There is somebody that try to be fit and to resist. Somebody that is sick, as we know, and somebody surrender to this thing. As my friend, remember, a good friend of mine died in July. He committed suicide. Obviously, I forgive him because we don't know the meaning of this. The most difficult thing when somebody commits suicide is to forgive yourself, and you say, "Oh, I could do more. I could do this. I could do that." And for me, it was really difficult to accept this thing, obviously, and I was blaming me, not him, for this. Anyway, I couldn't, and I still can't find the words to really talk about this. So I composed a little thing on the violin, try to go deeper in his soul. And this thing is again on my mind months after. And next days, I will try also to record the official version of this piece of music in a old medieval baptistry, 1,000-year-old, a beautiful old room. So I can't wait to do it. And so for tonight, I can share it with you if you want.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
To remember my great friend, Paolo Finzi.
Oh my God, I can't wait to hear that recorded in the 1,000-year-old room. Church, it's a 1,000-year-old church you're going to record it in?
Yes, it's a thousand years old baptistry. Actually, the place where they did baptisms, and so
Baptisms.
baptisms. So I like that this composition to remind my friend in the time of his death is in a place where babies have been baptized for years and years, so a place of life to start a new life. So something new is born from his death. This is what I feel. And also next day, tomorrow, will come to my house here a cello player. She is called Giovanna. She is really great, and I have a cello part for this, so will be
Oh, wow.
my violin and the
It'll
cello.
weave in and out, huh?
Yeah, together like a
Wow.
dialogue between a violin and the
Yeah.
cello. I can't wait to do this, and I will send you
Beautiful.
when
Yeah,
it's done.
send it to me straight away. And I'm so sorry about your friend. It's just so hard right now, and suicide is just such a difficult thing. And I know that you really loved your friend, and I know that the challenge is ongoing with suicide. And God, I know.
Yes, and but I want to bring in me something of him to this piece of music is obviously remember him when he was alive, but also to do something new in his
Yep.
name in the future. So
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
it's not really gone. So I feel some of his soul in this thing. So this is why I'm doing it.
Yeah, and it's extremely beautiful to create something beautiful. It keeps the soul alive in many ways. The beauty radiates
Yes,
forward,
yes,
forward.
yes, forward. That's
Yeah.
the word.
Yeah. Thank you, Maestro. Please send that to me as soon as you record that. We can't wait to listen to it loud.
Oh, yeah, thank you, my friend. Okay. So, see you soon, I guess, next
We'll-
Sunday. And for next Sunday, it will be done. So I will tell you. I will
Oh,
send you
fantastic.
something. Yes. So,
Fantastic. Maybe you can make it so that people can
yes,
download
yeah.
it on some device.
Bandcamp
Yes,
or something.
yes, yes.
Bandcamp.
Yes, I'm doing that. I'm working on a video also that day. So everybody gonna see it and
Great.
will listen to it. Yes.
Fantastic.
So,
Thank you. We
so
love you.
I love you too. Ciao, Mary.
Ciao,
Ciao.
ciao, Maestro.
Ciao, Jaimee. See you
Bye.
next Sunday.
See you
Ciao.
next week.
I think it's Jaimee Harris time. What you got for us?
Well, I was remembering something about the convergence of Michele playing that song and you talking about you and Scott writing that song in the van. I remember when we were in New Mexico and we were stuck in traffic because of there was a wreck on our way to
It was a
Abiquiu, which is
tragic wreck.
yeah. And thinking about where painters paint, we were going to Ghost Ranch, which is where Georgia O'Keeffe lived, and painted the plateau, the mountain that she thought if she painted it enough times that God would give her the mountain. And we went and hiked up there and just kind of toured her space. But right before, we pretty much finished the song. And at Eliza's house, who's going to be on the show next week.
That's right. We wrote this in the car. Well, you had it, and then we finished it in the car.
Right.
We do a lot of writing in the car, apparently.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get some songs on tomorrow.
On the drive, we're driving tomorrow, so we'll see how we do. Please.
It's been a year since she's been gone now. He still lives among her things. Sits on the couch they bought together right after he gave her the ring. televangelist TV. It's been a year since she's been gone now. He still lives among her things. Every night he gets a bottle, puts it away right before bed. Sometimes he calls me and says, darling, there must be monsters in my head. He takes a drag, I hear the crying. Baby's waking, must be fed. Every night he gets a bottle, puts it away right before bed. Sometimes I think that I could love him. Then again it feels too soon. I know he's lonely and he's hurting. Everybody's got their wounds. We were such different people. The night we sang under the moon. Oh my God, how I could love him. Then again it feels too soon.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks for collaborating with me on that one.
Yeah, that was really a privilege to work on that with you. It was almost done anyway. It was like
Really? I feel like we kind of blew it up, but maybe
we did blow it up and put it back together, but it was still almost there emotionally. We just had to just fine tune it a little bit.
screw in the light bulb.
Screw in that light bulb. Yeah. Well, let's bring Scott back.
Totally.
We got more time, and we'd love to have more music from Scott Nolan up in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Is it really, really cold?
No, you know, it's like lightly snowing, like in a fairy tale kind of
Oh,
night. Yeah. It's funny, you know, we seem to have the majority of people in the world that hate winter all living here, which is an unusual place to live if you hate winter.
why?
I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them, man. It's surreal and beautiful, and it shakes up my whole routine, and that's good. But yeah,
It's
no,
beautiful. It's beautiful there when the snow piles up and it's taller than the cars and you have to drive through snow tunnels to get places. I remember being there like a kid from Baton Rouge in Winnipeg, Manitoba in February. Like, okay, I'm in over my head now.
yeah, it's good. It's good for the spirit.
It wakes you up, that's for sure.
That
Oh,
is for
anxiety
sure.
thinking about it.
Oh, William Prince is on the line.
Oh, we were just talking
Hayes
about you.
Carl is on the line. We're so honored to have musicians with us today. Yeah,
Very
they're here saying hey to you, Mr. Nolan.
I want it. You know, I've said a million times, my whole career has floated on the generosity of other artists. Truly every minute of it. You know, I've been a haphazardly independent guy, and chances are, if you've heard of me, it's because of William or Hayes or Mary or Jesse DiNatale. You know, and that's not lost on me. It's a great honor, frankly. It's one of the things I cherish the most, honestly, is to have that kind of peer community. You know, when I started moving around Texas early on, guys I grew up owning their records, heroes of mine, knew my name because of Hayes. You know,
Yeah.
imagine meeting Ray Wiley Hubbard for the first time and him going, "Oh, bad liver and a broken heart." Like that's takes you out at the knees. So I'm
It's
great.
a
I'm grateful.
really, really good song, Scott. I hope you
Wow.
play it. Hayes did an amazing job with it, but I got to tell you, it's a really good song, and you wrote it.
Oh, thank you. He just re-recorded it, and it's beautiful. Yeah,
Oh my God, I can't wait to hear that.
yeah.
Can't wait to hear that.
It's kind of a little bit like the way I do it, I'd say. Although a lot of times I would do it the way he recorded it. I love the kind of rock and one of my greatest times performing it was with sitting in with his band somewhere, and we did the amped up version from his Trouble in Mind record, and it was man, oh man, and like to people that like that song, like it was Dan Baird from the Georgia Satellites. Like if I remember the story correctly, the song was about to get cut. They recorded it a couple times and it just wasn't making it somehow. And if I understand or remember it correctly, it was they brought in Dan Baird the last minute, and yeah, it became what we know it as. And I love that version. But yeah, we did it once at a gig, and it was one of those sweaty Rolling Stonesy kind of moments.
Yes, love it.
Rock and roll,
I
man.
love that rock and roll.
We're gonna disappear. It's all you, brother.
All right. Well, thinking of my friends there, seems like a good song to do. Arkansas, my head hurts. You know, I'd love to stick around or maybe make it worse. I got a girl out in Henrietta, and her love's like tornado weather. It's girls like this keep me trying. She goes off like an air raid siren. Coming clean, leave Tony Park. Bad liver and a broken heart. Bad liver and a broken heart. Indian summer, Oklahoma sunset. If there's a nicer place, I haven't been there yet. I'm standing out front of the old blue door, too tired for sleep, too drunk for more, no more. It's nights like this keep me trying. A woman always knows when a man is lying. It ain't me, I was just playing the part. Bad liver and a broken heart. Bad liver and a broken heart. I get old before I'm good at this. Who's the president? What year is this? Doesn't anybody speak about the truth anymore? Or maybe that's what songs were for. You're the wind and I'm on fire. In this line of work, no one retires. You come in clean, leave torn apart. Bad liver and a broken heart. Bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken All right. Let's see what I got here. Oh, I just wrote this another song, one of the few songs I've written during this whole 9-month lockdown affair. Is it's just a little friendly tribute to a country singer friend of mine here in Manitoba named Franny Klein. And she grew up on the Ebb and Flow First Nation. And I wrote this song for her. She took a piece of my heart, she ain't bringing it back. I think I'm okay with that. Dance like thunder and blow, sweet little Franny from the ebb and flow. Keep me up all night, shaking them on down, lighting me up and turning it around. I drive right through the ice and the snow for sweet little Franny from the ebb and flow. Not to remember, no regrets. Little bit of danger like your first cigarette. Riding Mustang Sally down to Kokomo with sweet little Franny from the ebb and flow. She reading songs along the highway to hell. She's a little Patsy Cline and a little Kitty Wells. Honky tonk heroes on my radio with sweet little Franny from the ebb and flow. Not to remember, no regrets. She's a little bit of danger like a first cigarette. Mustang Sally down to Kokomo. Sweet little Franny from the ebb and flow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
There it is.
That's great.
When this thing's over, we're coming up there and playing in Winnipeg with you. Let's do another theater show like we did that time. That was so much fun.
Park Theater.
Park Theater. Is it still going? Is it okay? Is it still there?
It's probably fighting for its life, but yeah, you know, the Eric, the owner's, he's like us. He's built for this, but it's real tough. There's some relief. I just actually talked to him recently because I read something about relief for venues, and you know, I got to say, we're lucky. We got some support. It's not perfect, but we got some support here, and I've been supported through this. So it's one of those amazing life moments where it's politics aside. Grateful to our government here. That's it's imperfect, but it's got heart and intention. And so if I understand correctly, there'll be some support for Eric coming. You know, we've already lost a theater in town here, and yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but it's tough for all of us. And you know, I think that's the most critical part to remember, and that's what'll keep us kind of united through this stuff. It's tough for all of us. There's nobody alive right now that it's not tough for.
That's right.
And
that's right.
It's what's so wonderful to get to do this is I've done a few of them now, and it became clear to me from the first one I did that this means something to people. This matters, you know. There are people, we survive by what we're doing, but there are people out there that actually look to these sorts of things. It's you know, it's a deeply kind of a threaded community and thing out there. So we really we're all together in it.
Well, we've always known music was a lifeline, and I think that in times like these, it's not theoretical; it's literal. And Lord knows I'm holding on for my life to the music and to the friendships and to the memories and to the hope of doing it again, and to the muse who continues to be generous with the blessings and the gifts of creativity. So.
Can you imagine the celebrations when this is over?
Oh my God!
It's going to be over.
Yeah, it's going to be over.
You know?
And we'll go out there and probably do what we can to help our venue to recover.
Right.
That's part of. I assume that folks at our level are going to be very generous with their time and their efforts to get the venues back situated with what they need to stay alive, because they're how we do our thing. And so. Well, we're gonna find our way. Thank you so much for doing this with us. I hope folks go to your website, get some music. You've made some beautiful collages over this period of time, and maybe buy some of your artwork. Support your work. Listen to your songs and get to know you better. There's a rich catalog there. I hope people go in and give a listen.
Love you, Mary.
I love you too, brother. And
love you, Jaimee. Thank you so much.
Love you too. Good to see you. And
I'm grateful
even
to
on a
you
screen.
for jumping in and being a part of this.
Right
Thank
back,
you
guys.
so much. We'll see you soon. So I got things I wanted to say before we play the last song. First of all, the money that you have given us as tips will be distributed among all the musicians on the screen today, and we're grateful for that. The other thing I wanted to say is I'm teaching a songwriting master class in January. And there's 5 Saturdays in January. I'll be teaching every Saturday for 5 weeks. It's called
Creative courage.
yeah, going in and getting brave. Creative courage. We've sold 19 seats. We're only gonna have 20 seats so that it's a manageable size. So we literally have 1 seat left to my January Zoom songwriting class on creative courage. And we're gonna do a short lecture at the top of the class and then listen to songwriters' unfinished songs and encourage each of the participants to go past where they've been before and be brave with their willingness to be vulnerable and honest. And
I was going to say, and for the first time in the masterclass series, this one includes prompts.
yeah, and I'll be offering songwriting prompts and hoping that students will bring in new songs that resulted from the prompt. So 1 seat left, and then it's complete. Also, this is a bundle. It's a bit of a mess at this stage of the thing, but it's a collection of all the CDs I've ever made. There's 10 CDs in the box. Get it on the camera. And we're mailing out these bundles. We've been doing it since the beginning of the pandemic. It comes to $5 a CD, and we ship them to you immediately. And for $50, you can have every record I've ever made. There's 10 in there. It's a great Christmas gift, and it's a real bargain, $5 a record. And shipping ain't bad. And so that is what we've got. Oh, we got one more thing. I collaborated with my friend Darden Smith, the co-founder of Songwriting with Soldiers, who, in addition to being a songwriter, is a wonderful visual artist. And he's doing pen and ink drawings on my handwritten Mercy Now lyric sheets. We have created 20 collaboratively together. So I wrote out 20 Mercy Now lyrics on a sheet of paper like this. I can't see it, yeah. And sent them over to Darden in Austin, Texas, and he's drawn on them beautifully in pen and ink. And we had 20. I think we've sold 12.
Those are almost gone, I think. Yeah.
We've sold 13. There's about 7 left. And those are on my website as well. A beautiful pen and ink drawing on a Mercy Now lyric sheet. Christmas gift for someone who is a fan of me or Darden or Mercy Now. There's a handful of those left as well. And with that, we're going to call it. We're going to see you next week. Eliza Gilkison will be our guest next week. We're very excited that
Yes.
Eliza's coming. And there'll be people like Hayes Carl and Tim O'Brien and Lynn Miles, great Canadian singer-songwriter, another Canadian. We got to get some people from the UK on this thing.
Yeah.
I got to get busy on that. Put some asks out. I'm aware that we got to get some. Well, we had Ben Glover, but that's
He was our very first guest.
We got to have him back.
So we should have him. I agree.
Yeah.
Plus I just-
Yeah. So get your Mercy Now lyric sheet, a collaborative piece of art with Mary Gauthier and Darden Smith's drawings on marygauthier.com in the store. And we're going to go ahead and play Mercy Now and call it a Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks, Scott Nolan and Michele Gazic. What a beautiful 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's been great.
Calvin Coolidge.
I'm never going to live it down.
Something about polio makes
Thinking
Jaimee think about.
We've been thinking about Truman since we've been here. We've been thinking about Kennedy. We've been thinking about Carter. All of these presidents. I was like, who is it? For 3 weeks, I've been trying to, since Betty was on the show. That was 3 weeks ago, right?
And Calvin Coolidge came to her in the middle of my story about
polio.
the downtowner motel.
I'm really sorry.
It comes when it comes, It drops in when it drops in. I can understand.
This is the last that we will ever speak of Calvin Coolidge on the show. I
We won't forget
solemnly swear.
Calvin Coolidge anytime soon. And he never even stayed there.
That woman was the best.
My father sure could use a little mercy now. the fruits of his labor fall and rot slowly on the ground. His work is almost over, won't be long, he won't be around. I love my father, he could use some mercy now. And my brother sure could use a little mercy now. He's a stranger to freedom, shackled to his fear and doubt. The pain that he lives in, it's almost more than living will allow. I love my brother, he could use some mercy now. My church and my country, they could use a little mercy now. As they sink into a poison pit, it's gonna take forever to climb out. They carry the weight of the faithful who follow them down. I love my church and country, they could use some mercy now. Every living thing could use a little mercy now. Only the hand of grace can end the race towards another mushroom cloud. There's people in power who'll do anything to keep their crown. I love life itself would use some mercy now. Yeah, we all could use a little mercy now. Oh, I know we don't deserve it, but we need it anyhow. We hang in the balance, we dangle between hell and hallowed ground. And every single one of us could use some mercy now. Yes, every single one of us could use some mercy now. Thank y'all. See you next week with Eliza Gilkison.